Okay, so everything looks fine. Mic check, mic check. Milkshake Zula, the mic ruler. I guess we're good? You're all set?
I believe so.
Dang.
Alright, ready on timer? Alright, 3, 2, 1. So, this is Silent Hill. It's a psychological survival horror game from 1999. It spawned a 8-game series so far, plus plenty of super cool side games. So the basic plot is that we play as Harry Mason. You wake up from a car crash to find your daughter missing, and as you can see,
Cheryl?
she's right here. So we got a
Cheryl?
hour and 10 minutes to catch her. This shouldn't take long.
Where are you going? Hey, wait! Stop!
So it's a pretty straightforward intro, especially for PS1 era tank controls. It takes a little bit of getting used to, so this is a good tutorial for new players.
I don't think you should go into that alley.
Oh, but we will.
That's probably not a good idea.
If a monster jumps out.
I think there's a beware of dog sign on here. We'll ignore that.
There's dogs.
There's
The game
all-
is warning you. You should stay out of there.
There's also, we'll ignore that pile of entrails and just keep going.
Are you sure about this?
There's the camera in this game's pretty wild. I think it's something a lot of people normally remember about this game. So, and it's very, you're gonna see it especially earlier on here, just the crazy swinging cameras. So you get a taste of the atmosphere of the game very early on. As you can see, things have changed pretty quickly, and it's only gonna get worse.
What is this?
That's not Cheryl, don't worry.
What's going on here?
So this is not the last time we'll be seeing these guys. And yeah, GG, game over.
You died, Tekkie.
I
Stream.
didn't practice. So we're gonna be skipping a lot of cutscenes where we meet a lot of people, so don't worry too much about them. We're now warped to a cafe in town. We gotta pick up some mandatory items. Which fortunately also is gonna include 2 health drinks for safety. So you get a kitchen knife, you get map, radio.
What's that? Huh. Radio. What's going on with that radio?
So it's sort of like a, we got the Sora tutorial here. This guy just hangs out, and he's like your beginner's first pterodactyl enemy.
This is not a dream. What's happening to this place?
Oh, Harry, if only you knew. So the beginning of this game is actually, they spit you out onto the streets of Silent Hill very quickly. The game has a way of sort of herding you towards where you need to go. If you explore long enough, you will find the way you need to go. And in our case, we're looking for an apartment that leads to the next area of town. But we've played this once or twice, so we know that we have to go get some keys before we get there. So while we're running around looking for those, I think now's good donation time.
And this is just a reminder that you are currently watching Awesome Games Done Quick 2015. Awesome Games Done Quick is a Games Done Quick event held every year in January featuring members of the Speedruns Archive and Speedruns Live communities. SDA proudly hosts speedruns of over 1,000 games with forums containing speedrunning, planning, and marathon discussions. SDA welcomes gamers old and new alike. You can follow them on Twitter at SDA Speedruns and visit the website at speeddemosarchive.com. SRL, Speedruns Live, is the best site to race video games online against other players of all skill levels. They are also hosting a short series of races starting on January 17th titled Get Yourself Speedrunning. You can go to their front page, speedrunslive.com, for more information and to watch a variety of speedrun streams.
Hello.
That was an awfully cooperative pterodactyl.
Yeah, we don't want to talk to him. There will be more.
Maybe he just wanted to buy some drugs.
Yeah, there's the plot to this game, man. There's a subplot about selling drugs to tourists. There's all this occult stuff going on. It's pretty wild. Unfortunately, like a lot of the backstories in the cutscenes, which unfortunately we'll be skipping most of them. But yeah, there'll be plenty going on. We have 2 of the keys so far. This guy is actually the first pterodactyl to be a pain because you gotta grab this key, turn around, leave. Okay, he's fine. If he gets far enough away, he'll turn around and, if he's in aggressive mode, he swoops in straight for you, and they actually have a pretty good horizontal range, so you have to run back across the bridge. He's coming straight for you. You can't really do much. We're gonna hang out on this side of the street because we'll spawn on the other side. And so we get to walk the extremely large streets of Silent Hill. And look at these crosswalks, they're huge.
We have a $25 donation from Ari. Tekkie hype! Love your stream, and I'm so glad to see you at this great event. Best of luck running one of the greatest games ever. Not that you'll need it.
Hey, thank you very much.
We have
So, oh, sorry. Continue.
We have a $10 donation from Zypel. Hey guys, greetings from Belgium and the French community. I am not so rich, but I want to thank you for all the entertainment and the amazing skill you are giving to us. Let's beat that $1 million record. Have a nice marathon.
So that note I just looked at, it tells you which street and what we're looking for on that street, which is the doghouse here on 11th Street. And hey, dogs. It's oddly enough, the game lets you pick up the other 3 keys, but this key doesn't spawn until you read that note. I'm not gonna say that's never happened before, but very, very rare for that attack to get off.
The game was just trying to meet attack quota.
Yeah, that's a great start. We had a good pterodactyl luck earlier, so it all balances out. So the skies of Silent Hill grow dark once again. Enemies here in the other world are more aggressive. The dog you might have seen in the super cool banners that they have are going to be running around now. These guys, he wants to fight. It's not too dangerous to keep the flashlight on here, but there will be sections where it's very important to manage keeping the light on. Let's see, a little bit here. A pterodactyl will spawn, start chasing. And they're called screamers. They're very peculiar enemy names for this game. You got screamers, scratchers. This guy. Okay, And he's done. Usually he's chasing you by now. So I'm sure we have just the best monster RNG. There's a little bit of randomness to the monsters in that they generally spawn in the same areas, but where they move and how they behave after that is random. So here we go. Hello. So now we're going to be entering school, which is the first major area. It's if you're familiar with Silent Hill, you grab a map, you explore usually a confined building, work your way out to some event that happens. And the first one in Silent Hill 1 is school. These are going to be after us the entire time, and they're actually the most difficult enemies in the game to deal with, which is, it's kind of funny. The first major area you go to is the hardest in the speedrun. So we have there's going to be a few puzzles. Sometimes you got to go grab keys, sometimes. In this case, we got to go grab a chemical, which you don't stray too far for this one. You go right next door. It's very easy to get lost, and it's funny. This is the first puzzle, and it's just so simple. It's so easy to get lost for no reason. So, take your chemical, melt a hand, grab your token, and be on your way. Don't get grabbed on the way out. Thumbs up.
So, the demon children were removed in the PAL version.
Yes, they were changed to these like claw finger type enemies. They look a little different, and we'll actually probably see them later in the sewers. Because it's an area of the sewers that's kind of odd. Monsters spawn randomly there. Well, the monster spawns are random. I'll let you know when we get closer. Let's see, head back in here. You have to be careful with how you enter doors. See Harry's kind of face planting there. There's a certain part of his walk cycle where if you run into a door, he'll just face plant into it like that, and you won't be able to open it. So it's just a waste of a little bit of time. And a lot of this game's issues are quick time wasters that they're not huge issues per se. This is the next puzzle. We got a piano. We want to hit the silent notes in a certain order. There's a poem about birds that gives you all the information you need. I'm going to strafe here for the only time in the entire game. It's slower than running, and it's unfortunate. In Silent Hill 2 and 3, strafing's actually really useful. You can get in and out of a strafe animation very quickly. In this game, not so much. You take 3 steps, and then you pause, and then you can start actually running straight forward. That's good. Dodge. These, when they do that little leaning forward grab attack, it hasn't happened yet. I'm tempted to let it happen just because it looks awesome. Oh, yeah, that's true. But they have invincibility frames when they attack like that. Sometimes they just knife at you. They're little charmers, all right. So we have the two, the two medallions we need. We gotta go hit the boiler switch. Dot, dot, dot.
I don't like the sound of that very much.
Oh yeah. And you know, fortunately, you know, if it looks, you know, kind of dark and murky now, I can't believe that worked. That was not how that was supposed to happen. This door's open now, which leads to, weirdly enough, Otherworld School. In case, you know, it wasn't dark and creepy enough, of course it's gonna get worse, as is tradition in Silent Hill. So, you know, we start out with the occult pentagram on the ground. That's a good sign. So everything's darker. The ground's been replaced with gate, I guess. Walls kind of look like they're bleeding. We gotta grab this picture card, which is kind of a peculiar puzzle. And there's gonna be a lot of rooms that are basically scattered chairs filled with, you know, these guys. This guy is usually okay. He's fine. Sometimes he just gets excited. So we get to meet another dead body. He has a shotgun though, so we like him. Held up by duct tape.
Is that like the same model as the dead body from before?
Actually, I don't know for sure. It's a little different, but they're very similar. It does like the same pan and everything. Gotta be careful here. We're good. These are pistol rounds. We're done with the pistol forever, and we were also lucky enough to get the meet the incentive for good plus. So we don't need the hunting rifle or anything. We just shotgun all the way. This is another infamous, you know, point and click kind of puzzle. We're gonna grab a pink rubber ball. We're gonna save that. You never know what you might need in Silent Hill.
What is this, Monkey Island?
Yeah, we're doing Monkey. Super Monkey Island. What is wrong with me? Silent Island. So we need to grab 2 keys to get to the next area.
Use your shoot arrows.
We're gonna have shotgun shells. We're gonna pick up some of those. They are vibrant pink, which I don't know. I think that's awesome. Don't worry, there's a key in this locker. Just kidding. This guy has it. More corpses. If you don't skip the cutscene, it's a lot spookier. But yeah, the locker's bleeding, and those enemies are like little cockroaches. They aren't too big, but hello. Yeah, because we play on easy because it's the fastest, of course. Certain enemies aren't nearly as much of a problem. The cockroaches you'll see around, they're very slow to attack on easy. You can swoop in here. You got to drain with a key here, and you can go. You turn on the faucet, but all the water will fall down here. So real quick, grab shotgun, jam this fluorescent rubber ball. Just jam the rubber ball in there, and then hey, we're good to go. I mean, it's so simple. Who would? It's so obvious. So the Rube Goldberg machine is in place, and we get our key. Except it actually washes down on the first floor, so we got to do a little more chores.
We have a $2,077.39 donation from Miss Neuro Fish Fox.
Ah, Neuro, what's up? How's it going?
Dang.
You are my favorite fish fox.
And Fish Fox says, "Hey Tekkie, otter, 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 otter. Awesome to see that you're running at AGDQ this year, and hope your run goes well. Money goes towards Tekkie's choice."
Thank you very much. Shoutouts to I used to play Smash competitively before getting into speedrunning. I was a Brawl player. I don't hate. But yeah, shoutouts to the Smash Lucario IRC. So we have the 2 keys we need, the library reserve key. We'll go in here. I should note that you might notice there's a little like black screen where you go between doors, and during that black little interlude, you can start turning before the game starts letting you move forward. And that's very important because it's the quickest way to get between places. So right here, I'm holding left, so I'm facing left by the time it actually lets you move. You gotta know every single time you exit a door, you need to be ready to move in the next direction. So it's a lot of memorization. Because we're doing good plus, we're gonna grab some extra shotgun ammo. And because I'm a weenie, we're gonna grab an ampule. This puzzle's straightforward. It's a pain if you mess up. Okay. Because every time we hit this, gotta watch this animation. 2 more. Just gonna mash X. I don't know if you can see my hands. I'm gonna mash X. I love that camera angle. You can't see what my hands are doing. I could be doing anything down here. So we get our first boss fight here, who is, he's basically a lizard with a giant split head, and what's special about this guy is he can one-hit kill you on any difficulty, including easy. So there's a little bit of caution involved. 3 shots, now he's gonna stop, and he's gonna, you can push him around a little bit, usually. And that's him, 2 shots, and we're done. Yeah, if he gets that attack off, then you're dead. Game over. After the traditional Silent Hill siren. So you hear church bells ringing right now. That's our next destination. We're gonna grab the key that we need. Get out of here. I guess now's another section where we're gonna be going through town to make it to our next area. Donations, sponsor plugs.
And first, a quick reminder to all of you who are Twitch subscribers or are thinking about becoming Twitch subscribers, 100% of those subscriptions will be going directly towards charity. So you should definitely think about subscribing if you would like more money to go to the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
Also a reminder, if you have Frank or Face Z installed, go wild.
We have a $15 donation from Freezehorn. Sup, Tekkie?
Oh, wait.
I'm super stoked to see you running this game at AGDQ and spreading the Silent Hill love for a good cause. This ought to be a good run.
Thank you, Freezehorn.
Also, shoutouts to Carsey on the couch.
What's up, Chris Warren? How's it going?
Yeah, I guess I'll mention this is the first time any Silent Hill game has ever been at a GDQ, so it's been a privilege for sure. Also, I'm gonna jump off this just because it looks funny. I mean, there goes my world record, but worth it. But yeah, this is the first Silent Hill game ever to be at a GDQ. There's a very active community for these games. But it's very on and off, I guess. But it's very, I'd say, talented for its size. I can give shoutouts at the end, but
We have a $50 donation from Toast3Y, or I guess Toasty. Greetings from Ireland, everyone at AGDQ. Me and my brother woke up early just to watch the Silent Hill speedrun. Speedrunners like you folks have helped me get through a rough time over the past 3 months coping with illness, so the least I can do is give back to a good cause. Good luck to Tekkie during the run. Put my donation to runner's choice.
thank you very much. So here we are at the church. We meet Dahlia here for the first time. She's this crazy old witch. Let's do gyromancy.
Were you ringing that bell?
I've been expecting you. It was foretold by gyromancy.
Kurt, would you do me the honor of explaining gyromancy?
So gyromancy, like, we were really curious, like, what this gyromancy thing was. So we Googled it promptly after watching this cutscene once, and apparently gyromancy is like where you draw a circle on the ground with letters, and it's like a Ouija board except you trip over it and it spells out things.
You spin around in circles.
So basically, Harry's coming was foretold by spinning around in circles really.
Yeah, this old woman
Really,
spun
really
around in
fast.
circles until she fell over and landed on a letter, and repeated this process until presumably it said, "A man named Harry Mason will come and visit you at the church. You should hang out."
Wow, that's a lot of letters.
I mean, she has the craziness, which
She must have put
translates.
her head somewhere.
Yeah, that craziness immediately translates to dedication. This room's evil. You can't run straight to this because there's a little banister in the way.
You couldn't even spell dedication that way without hurting your head.
Yeah, there's many subtleties in this game like that. Things in the fog if you're watching. So we're actually headed to the hospital right now, which is probably, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's one of the most notorious like Silent Hill areas. The nurses are awesome. Yeah, we love the nurses. We here in Silent Hill Speedrunning Incorporated, we love our nurses.
We have a $50 donation from Ryan165, who would like me to inform you, Tekkie, that your hair is red.
Oh my God, Ryan, dude, what's up?
Ryan also says, "Great work, everyone. Thanks for volunteering your time or money for such a great cause. Let's get some Silent Hill otter hype."
You got it.
We have $50 from Chunkus Man Hunkus. "Take this money and buy the kids of Silent Hill a real basketball." Also, thanks for donating your skills to such a worthy cause.
So that cutscene is our first introduction to Kaufman, Dr. Kaufman. He's this crazy doctor. He's kind of a jerk. We're actually going to be helping him out later. That's the Good Plus little side quest that we'll be doing. First, I gotta grab basement key. A few more items we gotta pick up. These are picked up no matter what, because in speedrunning we always get the plus part of the ending. There's good and bad, and then there's a modifier plus or minus, which is dependent on how you handle the civil boss fight, who is the police officer who we meet at the beginning. We'll discuss more about that later, but we're gonna need this here plastic bottle full of mysterious red liquid.
I'm sure it'll come in handy for something later.
Yep, every time. If you see a thing, grab it. Infinite pockets. Okay, so we gotta turn on this generator, which fires the elevator. Not the last generator we will be seeing. And suddenly cockroaches, because it's not Silent Hill without cockroaches. Without, random monsters. So fortunately this door is locked. There's third floor. Let's try that one. Third floor is locked, so oh no. Well, that's the last place we haven't been. What about the mysterious fourth floor? That spawns out of nowhere.
Before.
I just imagine 60,000 people hiding under their blankets, cowering in fear by now.
I'm spooked.
You are watching Spooky Games Done Quick. This is the real Stardust Hospital. It's pretty much entirely otherworld, which I guess you can tell because the walls look like they're bleeding. So we're gonna grab a whole bunch of items here. The first is we're gonna be collecting these plates, which are named after Alice in Wonderland characters, and I have no idea why, because the puzzle itself only has to do with the colors. So we got that. We got a, handy dandy blood pack. Never know what we might need to bleed on something. We have plate number 2, plate of cat. Oh no, that doesn't happen often. Not a whole lot. Oh, yeah, I know.
But you didn't hear her expressing her desire for you just now?
Yeah, she mentioned. Yeah, she. Call me later, babe. So plate number 3. That's all we need from the first floor. This place is just, you know, you get some items, but this is the only one we care about. So off to the second floor, where the real magic happens. I grab a few more items. This is the plate puzzle is for. It's used to get access to the other half of the second floor. First we gotta grab this here lighter. Please, okay. Please don't body block. If your actions are quick, these, you know, they are no problem. But if you mess up, then you're gonna get stabbed in the face, and that's no fun. So we're gonna give this guy a blood pack, and suddenly instead of trying to kill you, he's just kind of cute. So he's happy there with his blood pack. Let's just get our last plate.
Oh lord, is that some blood? You just made me the happiest tentacle monster in the world.
Yay! Not the. Oh well, unfortunately, it's the last tentacle monster we'll see. But there's another one later. You're dang.
Dang.
It's not that kind of game.
Oh man.
So, quick solution. There's a poem that details clockwise the order of the colors you need. We're gonna shoot this nurse because she's in the way. After we push her a little bit, which should let us get through. No, not quite. You wait a second because you can kind of body push her a little bit, just enough so that when she dies, you can squeeze past her before she goes through her traumatic, you know, floor falling. Then we grab this bottle of disinfecting alcohol. Please don't touch. So the whole goal has been to get to the basement with the items we need to get past a blockade, which will be there. We're gonna push this cabinet. We'll grab that ammo on the way out. You might have seen it, it's in the corner. If you see hot pink, we're probably gonna grab it. That's shotgun ammo.
The color hot pink is the key to victory in this game.
So this, I guess it's a grate. It's overgrown with vines. So what better way to get rid of vines than to set them on fire? Can't be dangerous at all.
Why, this doesn't look dangerous at all.
Yeah, Harry's very okay with this. Yeah, he roast some marshmallows. So the entire point of the hospital has been to grab a key from here.
What's this?
We gotta look at the bed to grab it, otherwise we'll look at the picture. It's very annoying. The pickup hitboxes overlap, so you can look at the key, and instead Harry will just look at the picture of Alessa, which wastes a few seconds. But, you know, you look at the bed, and then he's just, oh, hey, give me that.
Sentimental. Very sentimental man.
I mean, it's his daughter, sort of. Alright, no spoilers, gotcha.
What are you talking about? This is GDQ. This is where spoilers go to die.
This is my first playthrough, don't ruin it for me.
Really? Wow, you've made pretty significant headway for your first playthrough.
This game's just really super duper easy. That guy usually is right in the way of the door, but that was no problem, that's nice. But the entire point of hospital is just grab that one key to get to a door that we could have gotten to, you know, all along, of course. Yeah, we meet Lisa. She's a nurse that isn't possessed, supposedly.
Was I dreaming?
It's all a dream. Oh, give me this. Forgetting that key is the worst thing on the planet because you got to run to the other side of town, and if you forget that key, then the door's locked, and you just look like an idiot. And I've done it more than a handful of times in speedruns. Again, this will be a quick like running around town spot. My instructions for my instructions for the donation readers: every time I exit a building, have at it.
So we have a $400 donation from Fish Fox, and also 1 cent. Tekkie, I told you running is not my strong suit, though. Maybe you otter help me with my comments next time. Shoutouts back to my favorite otter and Lucario Smash IRC. Money to Tekkie's choice again.
You guys are the best. I don't know what to say.
We have a $500 donation from Elf Pancakes. Hi everyone, huge fan of what you guys do. Currently on holiday in Japan, so unable to watch live, but I'll be sure to check out the VODs when I get back. Keep up the great work and kill those dastardly animals.
Alright, thank you very much. See that? That's the door. You have to backtrack all the way if you mess that up. So we gotta check out this cool little cult shrine. And the game becomes a lot less centralized, I guess you could say at this point. It's no longer the formula of like, you know, run to a building, you know, beat the building, run to the next building. There's gonna be a series of more disjointed areas to go to.
The hospital temple.
Yeah, the hospital, the school temple, the hospital temple. Just very important. Turn your light off here because this is where the game starts throwing in rompers, which are the most annoying enemies ever. I guess they're like gorilla-like enemies, and if they chase you, then you're not screwed, but you're in trouble because dodging them just requires like a stupid amount of zigzagging. Yeah, see, he just jumps, and he probably doesn't care anymore. That's one of.
If they pin you down, then it takes a really, really long time to get back up.
Yeah, exactly. It's more than a few seconds. So, coming up is another boss. It's a worm. His deal is he's gonna pop out of the ground, crawl across for a little bit, shoot a ball of acid, and burrow back down. Fortunately for us, we're gonna be walking across a gate that will fall into the dirt, and fortunately, the worm is programmed not to try to burrow through the gate. So what we can do here is try to get him to walk straight across. Very precise. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
So, one thing he did there, there is no reloading animation as long as you let go of R1 and raise your gun back up. So
Yeah.
With the shotgun it has 6 shells, so you can just continuously fire the shotgun just by lowering and raising your aim again.
Yeah, exiting the aiming stance reloads your weapon. It's funny, like so many people like don't know that. I had no idea before speedrunning this game that that was the case. Like you just run around and you're never reloading. It's like unless you sit there and you hold down the fire button forever. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense until you know that. That guy's fine. He's fine. This section isn't too dangerous. There's a few enemies running around. We do get to check out some of the cool scenery. There's a movie called Shoot. The coolest building in all of Silent Hill is coming up. Shout outs to Zach Cat who bugged me by making sure I pointed out. It'll be on the left here, so don't blink or you'll miss it. Right after this garage. And just cats.
Just cats.
Nothing else.
Your
Ow. Get out of here.
one-stop cat shop. Just cats.
Yeah, it's odd because there's so many dogs around but no cats.
Well, there are some cats.
I mean-
but I'm not gonna.
I mean, they're probably in the store. Also, that could be it.
Yeah, yeah. We're just gonna pretend they're all in the store, just for the sake of the internet right now.
Yeah, I mean, we love cats. We love kitties.
Yeah, Konami loves cats too.
There's a second boss fight coming up here. It's actually a giant moth. Alessa, sort of the other half of your daughter, and this is a bizarre game, by the way. She likes bugs, so we're gonna fight some bugs. This fight's a little awkward because he has invincibility frames after every hit. You can tell the timing because he'll stop when you shoot him, and ow. Here's what he looks like. So we're not just running away from a giant butt the whole time. Should be 12 shots. And dramatic, yeah. Oh, I am killed. There's no, I guess, clean way to do that fight. So just don't get hit, which, do as I say, not as I do.
It's still pretty RNG no matter what you do, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much RNG as that he will, I don't know how to put it. You can't just unload into him, you know, he's gonna get certain attacks in. You can space yourself to bait out just regular stings instead of the acid attacks, which are nice because you can just, you know, you can back away from the regular stings. They're easier to dodge. Oh, I should mention there's sometimes if you're bad with ammo management, things go wrong. You can kill the moth with your last shotgun shell, and that means what happens is you run up to this gate. You know, check the gate, it's locked. Oh, no. Look at this rusty. You have to shoot it, and if you're out of ammo, then you just click, and that's just embarrassing. And it's just like the walk of shame as you equip your pistol and then have to shoot it, and you have to unequip it later.
The walk of shame.
The walk of shame. I said it was, yeah, never mind.
You said the walk of shame.
Yeah, here, I like yours better. This part, sewers are frustrating because it's where RNG is the most important, because there's going to be some lizards, and they will either be right in the way, which he is not, that's awesome, he's the problematic one. The second one, I don't trust him now. Usually one or the other is bad. Okay, he's fine. Usually one of those decides to body block.
So their attack frames are very slow to start up, right?
Yeah, but you know, if they're shoved in, these walkways are very, very narrow, so if they're in there, then you know, you're gonna eat their little punching. They're called, I don't know what they do, they just
Praying mantis, I guess.
yeah, they're praying mantis-like, and you don't want to get shanked. It's not good. You gotta grab the sewer key. This is the first sewer key. There's one hanging from the ceiling here. Up here. Never mind. This one. The audience is spooked. I'm happy. That's
The goal is to spook.
booga 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 booga. Oh, see, the problem with these guys is that if you run into them, like if you hit them at all, you can get caught on their arms, and it just kind of drags them with you. And you know, you can't just like edge past them like you can other enemies. Like if you run into a nurse, then you can just like push her out of the way. These guys not so much. I'm gonna kill real quick. So that's the first half of the first part of sewers. Second half is a lot simpler. It's just running through some tunnels. If you want to get some quick donations, then now is actually a good time.
We have a $25 donation from Pariah. Special thanks to everyone at the marathon for doing so much for a great cause. In 2014, my dad was diagnosed with lymphoma, and some new experimental research drugs have helped immensely. PCF and cancer research are not only an investment in humanity's future, but also helping people around the world right now. Thank you for all your hard work, and go fast.
All right, Harry, you heard him. Mush. What the clack, 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 or...
We have a $64.80 donation from Fuse. Silent Hill represent. Nice to finally see the series reach AGDQ. Good luck on your run, Tekkie.
Oh, thank you very much.
We have a $4 donation from Anya. I've been waiting for this playthrough all night. Because of you, my nurse is very upset with me. I was diagnosed with skin cancer when I was 17 years old. Now I'm 19 and I still live in the hospital. The true Silent Hill series is my favorite thing in the whole world, and seeing this on AGDQ makes my fight a little bit more amazing. Thanks for donating to all of the other guys like me. Sorry for not donating much, but I'm not that rich. Look forward to maybe more Silent Hill games?
I would like to add that no nurses were actually killed during the making of this run. For what it's worth.
We have a $15 donation from Sim. Hey Tekkie,
Oh, Sim.
I thought I ought to donate to a great cause. Love me some Silent Hill. Good luck on the run. From Manifest and Sim.
So this is, the route here is going to diverge from any percent for a little bit. Normally we just get out of here, you don't have to worry about it. This whole area is only pretty much used for the coffin side quest, which will begin here in Annie's bar. So we're gonna skip a cutscene where he's fighting a monster. He's being a jerk as usual. If you play the game, I promise he will be a jerk to you. But we do gotta grab Harry, please. We gotta grab. Yeah, no pool. Oh, if there's like a little pool mini game, that'd be cool. Maybe in the HD remake. There's a romper right out here. We don't want to talk to him, so flashlight. Please don't run into him. Please don't run into him. I don't think he saw. Yeah, everyone be quiet.
You kind of have to look very, very, very closely to be able to see them in the dark.
Mom said we could have Totino's pizza rolls, but we have to be quiet. We have, we get our little scenic route through the park. Game gets to stutter for a little bit.
Was it 0869?
0886.
Oh, okay.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I didn't say anything.
So, see, we grabbed a magnet, which, we're gonna use a magnet. I'm running out of, I feel like an explanation. It's just, we grab a thing, we will use it in the cutest way possible. So we're gonna shove a magnet down this hole, and we're gonna pick up a key with it. Now we have a key to a motorcycle. Well, it's not even like the motorcycle. We gotta open the gas tank. Yeah, it's actually odd. So let's see, we're gonna get back here, go into this little side room where there's, lo and behold, a motorcycle. So this is frustrating sometimes to line up. Now we're good. Use a motorcycle key. And we're gonna pick up this small glass vial wrapped in a plastic bag. Strangely enough, I believe Dahlia put that in there. I don't know if that's ever explained. During the cutscene that we'll be skipping towards the end, she says, "I'd be off it is. I thought I got rid of that." So I mean, she shoved it inside a motorcycle gas tank in a hotel. I guess that seems like a good hiding place, but not for Detective Harry Mason.
So, what exactly is the Aglophotis?
It mentions somewhere that it's like it has this long history in like Greek, like the Greeks used it, something odd like that, to expel demons. Which, I mean, you have to accept certain things playing Silent Hill. It's demon expelling fluid. Yes. This is where the route lines up back with any percent, by the way. We have what we need. Well, we don't even get it. Kaufman comes by, takes it, yells at you, and then just leaves. Kaufman's a jerk. We don't like Kaufman. You learn to hate Kaufman. It'll make it in things easier later. Oh, flashlight. Oh no, please. Oh god. Please don't. I think he left.
We have a $75 donation from Element of Smash. Love the GDQ marathons and all the rockin' runners. You guys really are the biz. Shoutouts to Granddad, who would have been proud of the dedication in the room to the things we love.
Let's see, there's a bird, there's a dog. Hello, please stop. No dog, never mind. There's usually a dog there. He usually chases you downstairs. If you don't expect that, then it's kind of terrifying. You kind of expect that enemy AI can't deal with certain, like, I guess boundaries in games, right? And you run downstairs, it's like, there's no way that dog's going to chase me down the stairs and across this narrow dock and to the boat, and the enemies totally do that. It's even worse coming up. This whole section, I mean, normally you do it in the dark if you want to go fast, and I do want to go fast, but I also want you to see what's going on. Except for this part, because these guys would go, stop. There's another one.
Was that a romper?
Yes, there are two rompers up top. I only saw one, but okay. No jump, that's good. If you hear them stop flapping quickly, they'll do that if you turn off your flashlight. I usually screw around with the one outside school for that reason, just to demonstrate. But he wasn't there, so he's the one that came in for that quick attack and then just bolted. So we're almost done. We're heading to the lighthouse. It might be a little hard to tell without cutscenes, but things are, as they say, getting real. Yeah, this camera angle is really cool. Unfortunately, the staircase going up is very frustrating because there's a tight turn radius and you can't turn that fast. I think everyone has a different strat for this. Mine is just to like tap the walk button unless you turn, you know, a little extra quicker on your way down. I mean, it looks so awkward. There's no way to do it otherwise. So you go up there, we go back down. We're on our way back. Fortunately, the game, like earlier when it warps you to the sewers, right now it's going to warp us to the boat. So we don't have to run back through all the enemies, which is great because I hate that part. I believe we talked to Sybil again here. That door is right next to a little save pad, and it's a little awkward because at least once I've like hit the save pad, and it brings up the menu and it asks if you want to save, and then that's not a speedrun. That's a time waste.
By the way, as a true and legitimate speedrunner, I am so happy that there are not any glitches in this run.
Yeah, it's pretty great that this is an entirely glitchless run that's totally, you know,
Totally legitimate.
airtight.
If you use glitches, you are a cheater.
Going to jail.
Yeah, there's like cops outside the marathon rooms going to speed jail. On the other hand, we here at Silent Hill Speedrunning Corporation believe in awesome teleports around places, but what's going to happen soon is we're on our way to the amusement park. We're not going to be there for long. After the amusement park, you're supposed to go fight Sybil on, is it a merry-go-round? And that's where the plus in the good plus, bad plus, or just good bad ending occurs. If you use the Aglophidus you get in the hospital on her, then you know, that's a plus. Due to a glitch in the game, here's a mumbler. They're kind of cute. Those are what are in school in European rooms. Okay, so there's gonna be some squeaky, translucent little enemies. They're not they're not very scary, but for some reason the game lets you use the Aglophidus on them instead of Sybil. So we're going to do that, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna warp us to where Sybil is. Act like we use it on her instead, and replace Sybil's model with the Larval Stalker. Let's see here, let me line this up. It has sort of disastrous consequences, as you will see here.
Whoa, whoa. What the hell is that?
Tekkie, you broke it! You broke the game!
Yeah, what was that about no glitches?
Please don't arrest me.
Sybil. Wake up. Snap out of it.
Yes, Sybil.
Sybil.
Snap out of it.
Silent Hill.
This is the best part.
Shh. Don't talk. I'll take care of it.
I'll take care of you, Tekkie.
Yeah, this is a very scary game. Fortunately, Harry was reassembled afterwards. No more flying around, no more shenanigans.
Man, that Aglophidus stuff. It's a bad trip.
So this is actually the final area of the game. This is called Nowhere. It's definitely a pain your first way through because you don't get a map and because none of the architecture, I guess you could say, makes sense. And I'll show you an example later on. All of these doors go to rooms from different parts of the game. So for example, there's Alessa. Hi, Alessa. So we're gonna go downstairs here, and for some reason there will be a classroom. And after that classroom, will be a spooky classroom. We got some pliers and a screwdriver. For some reason, that double door is actually a single door. First, it's going to be a series of picking up keys, picking up items. Suddenly, hi, nurse. Hello, nurse. We're going to try, looks good. Yeah, the hitbox to use these pliers is actually really precise. It's kind of a pain. And you can't pan the camera. There's a button to manually move the camera around, which is used in a lot of places. Like in school, you use it to face the enemy so you know where you're running. And it doesn't do anything useful for that room, which is, just lovely. This is a quick puzzle. You got these zodiac animals. The solution is just to put in the number for how many limbs they have. Oops. There's a few signs around the room. Like there's answer the crab.
Cows have 4 legs.
Yeah, I forgot how to count. What is numbers? Okay, so we get ourselves a nice big square stone. Come over here. Alert. That one's a little more complicated. It's like a Grim Reaper puzzle. There's names organized. There's names and ages listed, and the puzzle is just, I believe, their first name in order from, I think it's youngest to oldest, or oldest to youngest. There's a sad cutscene we're going to skip here. Sorry, no, we get a little bit of sad music. If you want to cry, we can all cry together later. There's more opportunity, I promise. So we're going to go, I don't know what actually happens here, but I assume you just take the stone of time and you throw it against the clock. You might notice to Harry's right, there's a door and there's a wall. It runs, 20 feet behind me because this is. Let me grab this key real quick. There's a wall here, but we're gonna turn right and go right where that wall should have been. So, ooh, these doors all just kind of warp to random places. It's not supposed to make sense. But yeah, of course, not having a map just makes it even worse. Eventually, there's going to be a part where a door links between floors, which will be important. The solution for this puzzle is you use a camera that you get, I believe, on the 2nd floor. And you just take pictures of the paintings, and it gives you little symbols that you have to put in. There's 2, but we only have to worry about this one, because this has the birdcage key. Let's get out of here. This is where things get complicated, because we're going to go to 2nd floor. Bust out of here. We're also going to shoot this nurse. Double tap. Pressed him. We're collecting 5 sort of religious symbols that we're going to use. They're basically keys for the final door, which requires 5 of them. This door right up ahead is the important one. Unlocking this is important because it links the floors together.
Well, floors, quote unquote.
Yeah, it's for what it's worth. Hello, birdcage. I didn't want to look at you. There's instead of the little, you know, grabby, crotch-grabbing knife children, now we have semi-translucent, crotch-grabbing knife children. This is where the second tentacle monster is, and we don't want to talk to him because he's a one-hit kill. We'll use this, put those together, now he's no problem. And, whoop. No problemo. It's a pretty great cutscene. I mean, I'm sorry I don't get to show it to you. We're gonna get some jelly beans. Just go with it. We're getting some jelly beans. 39 flavors. He's not very good at opening jelly beans.
Well, I mean, given that Harry's hands are kind of, you know,
Yeah, he's got like mitten hands.
they're kind of shaped like this. You know, it's kind of really hard to open up a bag of jelly beans that way.
Give me that.
Horribly disfigured.
Hey, he's disabled. That's not nice to say.
That part can be frustrating because while that enemy's walking around, you know, he has the grab invincibility, and if you screw up your movement, then you get grabbed, you lose health. We all cry a little on the inside, maybe also on the outside. I'm gonna get grabbed here, by the way, like no matter what. This one's, you can get by them, but it's difficult and most likely random enough to the point where it's not worth worrying about. Personally, we have a screwdriver. This key is electrified if you don't turn off the generator, and that's why the door that links floors 1 and 2 is important, because that's the only way to get to this floor. They're usually non-aggressive when you come back out. Oh, hello. Please don't grab. Damn it. Yeah, a little donkey kick. We got one more cutscene, and we're actually just gonna pick up this last religious symbol, Discover Boros. Don't have to worry about switching a hunting rifle because we don't even have one. You can use the hunting rifle in any % because there's a force field around the boss, and so that forces you to attack from long distance, which, you know, you want to use long distance weapon. We're gonna be fighting a giant goat demon, so we can get more right up in its grill. If someone's ready on time, it'll be in a few seconds here. This should, I think perfect is 11 shots. It'll probably take 12. If it takes more than that, then we're probably gonna eat lightning, and that hurts. Let's try not to do that. I'll get you a good look at him too, hang on. Wait for the screaming to start.
Luscious, heaving breasts.
And time. So you guys have been incredibly generous. The $2,000 donation for incentive was met. I've included the extra time in the estimate to play out the ending cutscenes, credits, things like that. And there's actually a cutscene of bloopers at the end, which is excellent. So. Oh, and that's Cheryl. We found another Cheryl. the new and improved Cheryl 2.0. Run towards the light. Also, she's in this game. Oh yeah, Coffin's been a jerk, so he gets his just desserts. This is a good game. I love this game. Sad boys. Oh, just real quick, I wanted to give some shout-outs to some of the other Silent Hill community runners. This is the first time we've ever gotten Silent Hill into an AGDQ. I think it's it's one of the first times any of us have tried, but it's a very active community. It's very small, but it's very active, and people are really incredible at these games. I mean, we have runners for every Silent Hill game. Raj, Punchy, and Ekudet, they've been running one. They run one a lot. Big Man Japan does 2. San Gillespie. Zorky does Origins. He's a genius. Zorky is my muse. Thank you, Zorky, for being cool forever. Eternal Enigma's been doing a lot of work with 4. He's been going for the world record every night. Quick shout outs to Slayer at Babies. We're gonna be working on our voice Slayer. We gotta go back to Homecoming for all bosses. So yeah, we have, if I forgot anyone, I apologize, but yeah, if there are any other donations, the bloopers cutscene runs after these credits, and then, what? Yeah, it's like a few seconds.
We have a $20 donation from Ian Charles 21. Hey Tekkie, you may not remember me, but you helped me out with the Silent Hill Homecoming gun glitch via YouTube comments. Thank you again for that, as well as bringing Silent Hill to AGDQ. Great to see you here. Survival horror for the win.
If we're running short on time, I could skip this. Maybe with it. Oh yeah, this is, we get a little Finding Cheryl. The bloopers are right after this.
We have a $30 donation from Wolfer255. Made sure to set my alarm early so I wouldn't miss this. I recently finished playing all the Silent Hill games, and it's great to see the first one back in action like this. Hashtag spooky games done quick.
I agree with this hashtag.
Yeah, good hashtag.
They got 2 more games in the block, they'll get plenty of views. We have $25 from Xiaopan1987. I've been watching AGDQ and SGDQ for about 2 years and always wanted to donate. My family has a history of cancer, so this marathon is one that I value greatly. Keep breaking the games. Also, save the frames, kill the animals.
Wait, what do you think of the run, Alessa? Wait, what about you, Dahlia? How do you think it went? It's our hero, Harry Mason.
We have a $59.51 donation from Flander5 Carlet, who donated $1 per minute on the Silent Hill run.
Oh man, I should have gone slow. So then you get your results screen, you get in-game time, 35 flat. I think that's a PB.
Congrats.
But, all right, and thanks again for having us all. I guess next we have a Splatterhouse.
Oh, and Tekkie, before you go away, would you like to mention why the total time is 35 minutes, whereas the run took like 58?
Oh yeah, speedrun time is mentioned by in-game timers, so if you look up the leaderboards and you see half an hour, maybe a lot of you are confused why the estimate was 1 hour and 10 minutes, but in-game time skips loading times, cutscenes, things like that. So yeah, I guess we're all set here. Hype for Splatterhouse, I'm excited. Thank you, and thank you all once again for having us.
And thank you, Tekkie. I would just like to remind you about our pinball machine grand prize. Pinball Joe has donated a Swords of Fury pinball machine as a grand prize for AGDQ 2015. This is a chance to own your very own pinball machine at home.